Welcome back to Ella's Academy. Ella's Academy. Ella's Academy. So what we are doing now is median. We are doing what? Median. Now formula for median is L1 plus n over 2 minus CFB over FM times 6. So we need to divide this. So our L1 is the lower class boundary of the median class. L1 is the lower class boundary of the median class. Write it down. Where our n over 2 is the total frequency divided by 2. Our n over 2 is total frequency divided by 2. Where our CFB is cumulative frequency before the median class. Cumulative frequency before the median class. It means we need cumulative. Then where our FM is the frequency of the median class. Frequency of the median class. Where our C is the class size. Our C is class size. So because of this now, we will need cumulative frequency. We will need what? Cumulative frequency. We need cumulative frequency. So we also need class boundary. Class boundary. We also need class boundary. So for cumulative frequency now, will now be 0 plus 6. 6 plus 10. 16 plus 3, 19 plus 2, 21 plus 1, 22. Mind you, your cumulative frequency here, the last number here must be tally with your frequency here. Must be what? Tally with your frequency. So we need class boundary. As I said earlier, to get your class boundary, you subtract 0.5 from this. So when you subtract 0.5 from this, you have 11.5. You add 0.5 to 14, we have 14.5. So here you subtract 0.5, 14.5 to 17.5. Then 17.5 to 20.5, 20.5 to 23.5, then 23.5 to 26.5. So that's how to get our class boundary. So we have explained it earlier in the first video. So we have done that. Now we want to pick our median class. Where is our median class now? We don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We just go ahead and pick the one at the middle. No, we don't do it that way. We don't pick the median number to be our median. We don't pick the middle number to be our median class. What we do is we divide our total frequency, which is 22, by 2, which is 11. Which is what? 11. So any cumulative frequency that fall within this 11 will be our median point. That is where we are going to work. Listen very well. You divide the total frequency by 2. So what you get is 11. So any cumulative frequency here, if you look at the cumulative frequency, we have 6, 11. So 6 and 16. Then 11 is within 16. So we are working within this region. Another thing is that if this is odd number like 23, so to get your number will now be this plus 1 divided by 2, which will give us 23 plus 1 divided by 2, which is 24 over 2, which is 12. So 12 will fall within this place, but this one now is not odd number. Is an even number, which is 22. You just divide 22 by 2, which is 11. So by dividing this now, so where we are going to work now is within that cumulative number of 16. So this is our median class where we are going to work now. Our median class, everything we want to do is within this region. Is within what? That region. So let us continue. So this is the formula we want to use. L1 is lower class boundary of the median class. Where is the lower class boundary? This is our lower class boundary, which is 14.5. So our N over 2 is total frequency divided by 2. Total frequency divided by 2 is 2. 22 over 2, which is 11. So our cumulative frequency before the median class. This cumulative frequency before the median class, 6. So our FM is frequency of the median class. Frequency of the median class is 10. So our class, our C is our class size. Our class size now, I can choose 17. 17 minus 14 will give me 3. I can also choose this 15 minus 12 will give me 3. So we now insert all these to this formula. We insert everything into this formula. That means our L1 from this formula now, we have our L1 to be 14.5. Is what? 14.5. That's our median. Let me write it here. Our median now. 14.5 plus. Let me come down a little bit. Just come down. Median. 14.5 plus n over 2. That is 11 minus cumulative frequency before the median class. 6 over FM. Our FM is 10 times class size, which is 3. So from here I have 14.5 plus this one will be 1 over 5 times 3. So which is the same as 14.5 plus so 1 divided by 5 will give us 0.2 times 3. So 0.2 times 3 will give us, that is 14.5 plus 0.3 times 0.2 times 3 will give us 0.6. So 0.6 plus 14.5, that is 15.1. So that's our median. Our median is 15.5. Our median is 15.5. So that is how to solve for median in grouped data. Median in grouped data. So the next one now will now be mode. How to calculate for mode. So we want to solve for our mode. To solve for mode is L1. Mode is L1. Let me divide it. L1 plus change in D1 plus D2 times C. So our L1 right now, lower class boundary of the modal class. L1 lower class boundary of the modal class. Our D1, that change in 1, is the difference between the modal class and class before it. Difference between the frequency of the modal class and class before it. Where our D2 is the difference between the frequency of the modal class and class after it. Difference between the frequency of the modal class and class after it. Where our C is the size. Where our C is the size. So now, in our modal class now, the modal class is the highest frequency. The modal class is what? Highest frequency. Which is our highest frequency here? Is 10. our highest frequency is 10. This is 10. So that means whatever we are doing now, we are doing it from this point. Whatever we are doing now is from this point. So that is the highest frequency. Now I want to ask question. I want to ask you a question, and you must take note of it. What of, we said that the highest frequency is our mother class, right? What of if we have two highest frequency, 10, 10? So if we have 10, 10 to be the higher frequency, that means the first one that appear will now be our mother class. That means this 10 here, this 10, this first one will now be our mother class. So whatever we want to do here now will now be this plate that we will do it. So take note, if you have two the same highest frequency, you choose the first frequency. So now let's start solving for mode. So our L1 is the lower class boundary of the mother class. Our lower class boundary of the lower mother class is 14.5. So D1 is the difference between the mother class and class before it will now be 10 minus 6, which is 4. Our D2 is difference between the mother class and class after it, which is 10 minus 3, which gives us 7. Our size still remain 3. We are still using the same question that we use for mean, median, and mode. So our class size still remain what? 3. 17 minus 14, 3. 15 minus 12, 3. So what is nothing more than to solve for our mode. Now to solve for our mode now, so we want to solve for our mode. Our mode will now be equal to L1. Our L1 14.5. The bracket of D1. Where's our D1? 4 over 4 plus 7. Our D2 is 7 times 3 times 3. So from here we have 40.5 times 4 over 11 times 3 times 3. Okay, let me put this on the brackets. That means 40.5 times, then you now divide 14 divided by 11. Sorry, 4 divided by 11. 4 divided by 11 will give us 0.36. 0.36 times 3. Oh, this one is plus. Oh, sorry. Oh, this one is plus. 14.5 plus 14.5 plus 14.5 plus. So 14.5 plus. So multiply that 0.36 by 3. So what you have is 1.09. So 1.09 plus 14.5 will give us 15.59. Give us 15.59. So that is how to solve for mode. That is how to solve for mode on grouped data. That is how to solve for mode on grouped data. So where we are moving to now, we are moving to measures of spread. Measures of spread. Measures of spread whereby we are going to solve for standard deviation and mean deviation. Standard deviation and what? Mean deviation. So standard deviation and mean deviation are not the only measure of trend. They are not the only measure of trend. So but here now, let's first of all look at standard deviation and mean deviation. So I will clean the board. So we are still going to use the same question. We are still going to use the same question to answer our standard deviation. So standard deviation can be calculated using two methods as well. Standard deviation can be calculated using two methods. The first one is calculation of standard deviation without assumed mean. calculation of standard deviation without assumed mean, and the second one is calculation of standard deviation with assumed mean. Calculation of standard deviation with the assumed mean. So we are going to demonstrate the two. So let's first of all demonstrate standard deviation with assumed mean. Standard deviation with assumed mean. Summation fd squared over summation f minus summation fd over summation f all squared. All what? Squared. So we want to solve for standard deviation with assumed mean. Standard deviation with assumed mean. Standard deviation with assumed mean. So from here now, we look at the question. We already gotten the summation fd over summation f. Summation fd over summation f, which is our mean. Summation fd over summation f, that's a plus summation fd over summation f. Remember, the way we calculate our mean is the same figures, 16.55. So now we need fd squared. So that means we need this place. We need what? D squared. We need d squared. Now to get our d squared will now be, where's our d? Minus 6. Minus 6 squared. Minus plus minus plus 6 times 6, 36. Minus 3 squared, 9. 0 squared, 0. 3 squared, 9. 6 squared, 36. So we need fd. Our fd will now be 36 times 6. 36 times 6. So our fd squared, this is our d squared, f, our frequency. 6 times 36, 216. 10 times 9, 90. 3 times 0, 0. 2 times 9, 18. 1 times 36, we have 36. So now we want to add this together. So 216 plus 90. So we give us 306. 306 plus 18 will give us 324. 324 plus 36 will give us 360. Will give us what? 360. Now to calculate for standard deviation here, will now be equals to our SD is equals to now root summation fd squared. What is summation fd? 360 over summation f is 22 minus, so we are already calculated for summation fd and summation f. Summation fd, okay, summation fd, what is our summation fd? Summation fd is minus 54 over, what is summation f? 22 all squared. All what? All squared. So our standard deviation now, 360 divided by 22 will give us 60.36. 60.36. Now minus times minus will give us plus. Now 54 divided by 22. 54 divided by 22 will give us 2.45. 2.45 squared. This squared. So 2.45 squared, what will it give us? 2.45 squared. So from here, our standard deviation, don't forget I asked 16 points, we have 16.36 plus 2.45 squared, what will it give us? I asked earlier, which is 6.01. 6.01. Then 6.01 plus 16.36. So that will give us 22 points. Is it plus or minus? Hello? This question is minus. So minus is supposed to be plus. Oh, sorry. This is supposed to be minus. Minus 2.45. sorry, so this minus still here, minus squared will give us plus, that is minus 2.45 squared. Then from this place our minus is here, minus times minus plus, then 2.45 times 2.45 will give us 6.01, will give us 6.01. We made mistake earlier, so because it's squared. Now 16.36 minus 6.01, this will give us 16.36 minus 6.01 will give us 10.35. 10.35, what is square root of 10.35? So it's 3.17. 3.17. No, 3.2. Sorry. 3.22 approximately. 3.22 approximately. So that is how to calculate for standard deviation. That is how to calculate for standard deviation in group data. Don't forget, without this root like this, let me clean this. When you solve like this, that is variance. Square root of variance will give you standard deviation. Square root of variance will give you what? Standard deviation. When I remove this root from here, then this turns to what? Variance. So this is variance. The square root of variance is what? Standard deviation. Is standard deviation. So let me write your classwork. Then you exercise. So you try it. If you don't understand anything, our WhatsApp group is is there for you. Just click on it and join our WhatsApp group and ask your question. Then we will attend to your question. So this is your question. The table shows the distribution of ages of workers in the company. So these are the number and the frequency. So this is the remainder of the table. So using an assumed mean of 39, calculate the mean, median, mode, standard deviation of the distribution. If a worker is selected at random from the company for an award, what is the probability that he is at most 26 years of age? So this is the age of the worker. This is their frequency. This is their frequency. So calculate for it. Our WhatsApp group is there. Solve for it, submit your solution, then we will mark it. So not on the group WhatsApp. Thank you. We'll see you in the next class.